ladies and gentlemen, business builders, fellow colleagues, and leaders in business. It's time. The time is up. The time is up for our big show. And I won't talk too much. You know me already. I am Rasdov, billionaire Rasdov Dovi Senyo, and I am privileged to say I am here with Mr. Nnamdi Gerald Wilkins Agomo. He is a son of the continent. He's a great personality when it comes to our business. He's a pillar. He's a trailblazer. He's made a mark uh, on the continent, in the world, when it comes to our industry, in our business. He's a great personality. I followed him up for the past 5 years, and I think it's been good. Uh, I'll study, learn a lot from him. This is one, but he didn't know that this is his idea. A lot of you might know this is his idea. He was the first person to word this, and I pick it up from him, and then I duplicate as our industry is. So he's a great personality. He spoke on the GoPro recruiting mastery platform, and for a very long time, all his leadership style, his skills, and his teachings, preachings. He's a man of God. He's a father. He's a husband. I've been following him, and it's been good. It's been good. So today, I just met him online, Facebook, for a very long time. So we became friends. We chat. I followed him. Sometimes I copy some of his posts. I repost. I don't even reference him. But yes, it's good to confess and be free. And he's okay with it. I steal some of his styles, and I learned and I duplicate. So today I spoke to him. He said he want to train us. So the purpose is to unify our continent when it comes to our business. And then, because there are so much ambiguities and so much bad names, which I think and I believe all boils down to leadership. Like John C. Maxwell said, everything rise and fall on leadership. Therefore, uh, I call upon him to take us through some few leadership training, awareness, prompts, guidelines, and stuff. I know you know a lot, but learning doesn't stop. So he's here with us, and I am so glad that he's here and he's ready to give. He's ready to give back to the community. I told you he's a son of the continent. He's a Nigerian, and as well American. So he might be speaking. He's a preacher. He's a man of God. So he might be using my Nigerian American accent and the Bible sometimes. But bear with us. When we are too glued to God Almighty, that's what happens. And it's good to be too glued to God. That's the best way. God must be the center of your business. So I hand over to you, Mr. Jarrod. We are happy to have you. There are other leaders from the continents of Africa who are not only in my company. So I share the link with everybody in our business on the continent. Those who have time join, those some couldn't join because of other activities and stuff. But we are happy and we are blessed to have you here, and we promise to share and to duplicate what we are about to breathe into us. Breathe into us your knowledge. Mr. Jarrod, if you are there, no, let me call Mr. Nnamdi. If you are there, take over.
Okay, all righty. Thank you so much. Maybe you could spotlight my video here. Let's see here. Dovi, you could spotlight my video. All righty. All right. Spotlight my video, and then we can mute. I know we've got everybody muted, And just click on the 3 dots on my name and spotlight that video, and then we've got everybody muted. Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. I'm excited to be on here. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. If you can hear me, if you can see me, give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so honored. Ghana. Look, if not for COVID-19, coronavirus pandemic, I was looking forward to being in Ghana and spending some time with my Ghanaian family. I'm excited. I'm excited about the future of Ghana. I'm excited about the future of Africa. You know what? This is this conversation, this discussion we're going to have today has really been on my dream board. One of the things that I decided to do earlier on, a few years back, when we started to do a lot of work in terms of network marketing on the continent of Africa, leading off with a lot of the work we did in South Africa, Nigeria, Botswana, and Kenya, was to really put Africa on the map when it comes to leaders in the network marketing profession and network marketing space. And so this is a privilege of mine. I am honored to share the next 30, 45 minutes with all of you that are there in Ghana. I'm excited about it. Just a real quick background on myself. I know you hear the accent. You're like, oh, that's an American. Not true. I had to be disguised as an American. But, you know, my mother is from Nigeria, and my dad is from the States here in the U.S. They met in undergrad and went to law school and decided to, you know, skip school studies and work on, you know, creating me. And so I was born in the States and raised in Nigeria, and spent about 6 years in Nigeria before I came back to the States in '94, and have been kind of co-resident in the U.S. And in Nigeria since that time to this time. And so I'm excited to be not to be coming back to Africa, but to come from Africa. And that's really what I want to discuss today. I want to talk about leadership in Africa. I want you to write that down. Leadership in Africa. You know, in Africa, they call all of our countries third world countries. By show of hands, how many have heard of African countries and nations, by show of hands, be referred to as third world countries? We've all heard that. Sometimes people take that as a demeaning term, that we're lackluster, less than, don't know, don't understand, and that's not the truth. The truth is, Africa is the final world that is available for real leadership. What do I mean? Let me unpack this, because this is going to be so relative to that of network marketing and how you're going to really be able to lead in these times. The first world was over in Europe. We all know Africa is the first man, first woman has been discovered in Africa, over in Ethiopia. But the first world, as it be, the world civilization, when it comes to development, production, the first world order was over in Europe. The second world, dynamic, growing world, is over in the Americas, and the third world is back in Africa. I believe there is a resurgence. There is a configuration that's taken place for Africa, and it's time for Africa. I want you to write this down, please. Put it in the comments for those of you in the chats. Write this down. You cannot start attracting leaders until you become attractive as a leader. Write it down, please. You cannot start attracting leaders until you become attractive as a leader. Why do I say that? Well, this business that we're all involved in, many of you think you're involved in network marketing, multi-level marketing, direct sales, and that is not the truth. You are in the shipping business. You may be saying, Nnamdi, what do you mean? Jared, what in the world do you mean? You are in the shipping business. I want you for a moment to put your company affiliations on the back burner for a second here. We're not going to talk about products today. We're not going to talk about compensation plan today. We're not going to talk about, teams today. We're not going to talk about team names today. We are going to talk about the most important aspect of you becoming successful in Africa. It's leadership. I said we are not in network marketing. We're in the shipping business. Write it down, please. You're in the relationship business. You are in the friendship business. You are in the distributorship business. And you are in the leadership business. You are in the shipping business. Relationships. The biggest thing that destroys organizations and teams all over the world, and I've been doing this now for 16 years. My story is real simple. I got started in the profession, and this is a profession. We all as Africans have to treat this as a profession. Just like if you were to become an attorney, just like if you were to become a doctor or a physician, just like if you were to become an engineer, those are professions. Network marketing is a profession. And if you want to succeed, not short term, but long term, if you want to be here a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, have income, have influence, and change your life, you're going to have to develop your leadership. Write this down, please. You're born looking like your parents, but you die looking like your choices. Put that in the chat. You're born looking like your parents, but you die looking like your choices. It doesn't matter what country you're from. It doesn't matter how you grew up. No running water, no electricity, no mother, no father. None of those things matter. What matters is your decision. That word decision comes from the hermeneutical word decide. To decide. That word decide, it's descriptive. It means something dies. Decision or decide, it rhymes with homicide and suicide. It means something or someone dies. You must die to who you are so you can give birth to who you will become. Let me say it differently. You must die as a follower so you can give birth to your leadership. We're in the shipping business. Everything that you're going to accomplish, it doesn't matter what company you're in, does not matter what their compensation plans are. Everything you're going to accomplish and the lives you're going to touch and impact is going to be as a result of your leadership. We're in the leadership business. My story is simple. Been doing this for 16 years. 16 years. I didn't start off as a $1 million earner. I did not start off speaking on stages like GoPro and ANMP and being asked to come train and speak to people all over the world. As a matter of fact, my calendar of events is booked. I am completely booked as a coach. I'm completely booked as a speaker for the next 18 months. I decided to take time to do this because Africa is a part of my vision and my life's work. Let's mute Thomas Okoro. Let's mute him. Thomas, go ahead and mute yourself. This is a part of my life's work because the emerging growth of what's taking place in Africa is major.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Joining a bit late.
That's all right. Dovi, let's make sure we got everybody muted here. I'm about to go into some serious things here. Okay. Now let's look at the continent of Africa. I want to pull up some things here for you guys so you're very clear and aware of why leadership is so important, why leadership is so pertinent to where we're going as a continent, where you're going as a country, where you're going as a company, where you're going as a team, and where you're going as a leader. My first 6 years in this profession, I did not earn $100,000 combined in 6 years. I did not. Why? I'm glad you asked. My belief, write it down, belief. My belief and my influence. Belief and influence. See, your belief is shaped primarily by what you see, where you go, what you hear. Words, pictures, environment. Words, pictures, and environment. Words, pictures, and environment shape what you believe. What you believe about yourself and what you believe that you can accomplish. If you have the belief that you're not good enough, if you have the belief that you came from the wrong side of the world, if you have the belief that it can happen for everybody else, if you have the belief that it can happen for them, it can happen for her, it can happen for him, but you don't have the belief that it will happen for you, you need to work on your belief. Let's mute everybody out, Dovi, please. Let's mute everybody, please. Go to the thing, hit mute, mute all, mute all, mute all, mute all. And check the mark that does not allow people to, you know, Dovi, here's what we can do. Make me a co-host. If you don't know, if you can make me a co-host, I can control the panel here, because I've got some stuff. Do y'all?
All right, bro. I'm doing that right away. Let me make you a co-host, and then you can mute everybody. I'm doing that right away.
Yeah.
All right. I'm doing that right away.
Beautiful. Give me a thumbs up if I can go another 20 minutes, guys. If y'all want me to go at least another 20 minutes. Okay. All right. I've got 1 thumbs up, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Y'all don't want me. Okay. I'll cut this off in 5 minutes then. Y'all don't. We're talking about leadership. I'm with you. I'm with you. We're going to go.
All right, bro. So you are now a co-host. You are now a co-host.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you. Welcome. All right. Good deal. Spotlight.
That's not going to
Thank you, sir. All right. All right, good deal. All right, now we're in business. Y'all ready? Are we ready? Good deal. Y'all can hear me now. You can see me. All of that. See, you see that? Leadership. This is leadership. We're talking about leadership here. So my first 6 years, I didn't even make $100,000 combined. Why? I needed to work on my belief, my words, my images, my emotions. Words, images, emotions. One of my best friends, a gentleman named David Imonite, fellow Nigerian, fellow African. We were talking the other day. We did a training together for his audience. And we talked about belief, the determining factor. You know what you've got to have? This is an assignment I want to give each and every one of you. I want you to write out your belief, your goals. These are index cards that I have in my hand. And on these index cards, I have, listen to me, I've got my goals written down. Let me put them up here. You see that? Got my goals written down. Now, I wrote this index card back in 2012. Words, images, emotions, it builds your belief. It builds your confidence. I wrote this in 2012. Listen to it. It says, listen to me. It doesn't matter what your nationality is. Doesn't matter where you came from. Write this down. Put it in the comments. If you practice the principles, you will participate in the promises. Write it down, please. When you practice the principles, when you practice the principles, doesn't matter your personality. When you practice the principles, it doesn't matter where you're from. When you practice the principles, it doesn't matter where you stay. When you practice the principles, it doesn't matter where you grew up. When you practice the principles, it doesn't matter your spiritual belief. When you practice the principles, you will participate in the promises. Here's the principle. I wrote it down. Watch it. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm earning $100,000 a month in my business by March 31st, 2012. So it is written, so shall it be done. I look at this. I have this with me every single day. Every single day. It's in my calendar. Do you have a calendar? A calendar. See, successful people, listen to me, successful people work by calendar. I've got it written in my calendar. My goals. You must keep in front of you what you want inside of you. Write that down, please. You must keep in front of you what you want inside of you. Let me say it one more time. You must keep in front of you my goals. I keep my goals, my vision in front of me so it can get inside of me. Why? Because out of the abundance of the heart, what's inside of me, so it the mouth speaks. Are you listening to me? Out of the abundance of the heart, the subconscious mind, out of the abundance of what I've been pouring in to my subconscious mind, my heart is my subconscious mind. So out of the abundance of the subconscious mind, the mouth speaks. I can tell, listen to me, I can tell what you've been putting in by what's coming out. You can always tell what a person has been putting in by what's coming out. I'm talking about leadership in Africa. I'm talking about leadership in Ghana. I'm talking about your leadership. Now listen to me. Listen to me. Is this helping anybody? When you look at the teams and the organizations that are growing, no matter what company you're a part of, you can always see it resoundingly leading up to a certain leader. John C. Maxwell, in his book, one of the books I recommend you get is this book here. It's called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. Remember, I told you we're in the leadership business. Some of you, you study all your product ingredients, and I'm not against that. Some of us, you study your compensation plans. I'm not against that either. Some of you, you study all of the company stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. I study leadership. Why? Because most people are trying to build a business. I'm focused on building people. If you build people, people will build the business. Write this down. Don't use people to build your business. Did you hear me? Don't use people to build your business. Use your business to build people. We don't use people to build our business, because when people feel used, they leave. Maya Angelou said this, and I want you to please write this down as well. If you don't have 3 to 5 pages of notes after I'm finished, then you've wasted an hour of your life. Maya Angelou said something that resonated with me. It stayed with me from the day I heard it to the day I'm talking to you about it. She said, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Leadership is making people feel empowered. When people talk to you, how do they feel when they leave you? When people interact with you, how do they feel when they're no longer in your presence? Are they thirsting to get back in front of you? Are they thirsting to get more around you? Or they are attempting to get away from you? Leadership. John C. Maxwell talks about in his book, write it down, please. He says, everything rises and falls on leadership. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Everything. Organization growing, leadership. Organization falling, leadership. It's not about who has the best products. Every network marketing company claims to have the best products. How many of us heard that? Oh, we've got the best products. We've got the best services. Everybody has the best product, the best services. Oh, we've got the best compensation plan. How many of us have heard that? Oh, we've got the best compensation plan. Our compensation plan pays 12 ways. Our comp plan pays 16 ways. Our comp plan pays 32 ways. We got the best compensation plan in the industry. Oh, we've got the best system. We've got online system. We got offline system. We got Facebook system. We've got Instagram system. We've got, we've got the best system. But everything does not rise and fall on who has the best compensation plan. Everything doesn't rise and fall on who has the best system. Everything does not rise and fall on who has the best product or the best service. What does everything rise and fall on? Leadership. Leadership is the key. So, Jared, how do I grow my leadership? Well, I'm glad you asked. In this book, I'm going to lift up a couple of principles for you. A couple of principles, and I want you to write this down. We're going to deal with law number 14 today. Law number 14. What is law number 14? Law number 14, ladies and gentlemen, is the law of buy-in. The law of what? The law of buy-in. The law of buy-in says, and I want you to write this down, people buy into the leader, then the vision. People will buy into the leader, and then they will buy into the leader's vision. You want to build a massive team, a massive organization, you're going to have to learn how to lead. Not how to manage. To manage is to maintain something. To manage, write it down, please. To manage means to maintain. To lead means to change. To lead means to change. The greatest leader, in my opinion, to ever walk the face of the planet showed up about 2,000 years ago. Why do I say he's the greatest leader? Now, this is not a conversation about religion that I'm about to have. This is not a debate of who the Messiah is. That's not the purpose of me telling you what I'm about to tell you. I look at the history and the track record of this individual. 2,000 years ago, he shows up on planet Earth. 2,000, not 20, not 200. And think about the advancements in technology, the advancement in life that has happened just in the last 20 years. In the last 20 years, we would not be able to do what we're doing today. In the last 20 years, we wouldn't be able to see each other the way we see each other. In the last 20 years, we wouldn't have Facebook like we have it today. In the last 20 years, there was no Instagram. I'm saying a man showed up 2,000 years ago, and we're still, listen, talking about his leadership. 2,000 years ago, a man shows up in the backwoods, here it is, not of America, shucks, 2,000 years ago, a man shows up, not in Asia, not in Japan, not in Korea, not in China. 2,000 years ago, a man shows up on the continent of Africa. Are you listening to me? 2,000 years later, you're still talking about him, and he never wrote a book. 2,000 years ago, we're still talking about him, and he never built a building. 2,000 years later, his influence, the weight of his life and his influence is being felt, watch this, globally. How many of you, by show of hands, want a global business? A business that spreads outside of Ghana. A business that spreads across borders into Kenya, into Nigeria. It spreads across borders over the continent of Asia into maybe Europe. It spreads your organization over into America, whereas you are able to travel and meet people from around the world. How many of us want an organization like that? How many of us want impact and influence like that? This is what happened with this man 2,000 years ago, and he never put up a Facebook post. Shucks. He never updated his status. He didn't have the advancements of technology that we had, but what did he have? What I'm talking to you about today, he had leadership. For 3.5 years, this man, listen to me. For 3.5 years, what did he do? He mentored. He taught, he trained, and he recruited, watch this, 12 men. He went 12 wide. He sponsored, he recruited 12 people. Talking about leadership right now. Sponsored 12 people. Sponsored 12 people, and he taught them, he mentored them. Every single day, he would chastise some of them. He would listen, he told one of them, "Get thee behind me, Satan." Can you imagine telling one of your top leaders, "You Satan" today? Are you listening to me? This is the extent of his work. And I want you to write this down. As a leader, your job and your responsibility in our business, it is, write it down, to develop and to deploy other leaders. My mentor, the late Dr. Miles Monroe, his mission statement that I adopted is transforming followers into leaders and leaders into agents of change. Transforming followers into leaders and leaders into agents of change. Now you're saying, "Jared, how do I invite people to a meeting? Jared, how do I do a three-way call? Jared, how do I do a presentation? Jared, Nnamdi, how do I do?" The how stuff is simple. That's all over the internet. You can figure out the how. That's simple. You've got great leaders that can show you how. I showed up today as an example of not how, but why. Why you should. He recruited 12 men. Can you imagine the conversations you'd have to have with these men? Can you imagine the egos? You know, men and our egos. We've got strong egos. And as a leader, you have to learn how to lead people and how to manage egos. You lead people and manage egos. Because you imagine 12 men that had to follow him for 3.5 years. And these, listen to me, these were successful men. These were men that were successful in their own right. They were fishermen. They owned fishing companies. The men were tax accountants and physicians. These are not run-of-the-mill men. These were professional men that were successful and influential. And do you know what he said to recruit them? What did he say to recruit them? He didn't put up a post on Facebook. He didn't shoot a video for YouTube. To recruit them, do you know what his recruiting line was? His recruiting line was, come and follow me. And the story says the men dropped what they were doing. That's like going up to a banker, going up to an engineer, going up to a physician friend of yours, meeting somebody that's doing something already, and you tell them, because I'm a leader, because of my vision for Africa, because of my vision for Ghana, because of my vision, come and follow me. Do you know what causes people to stop or drop what they're doing? To suspend what they're doing and follow you? First of all, you have to be clear on where you're going. Are you listening to me? You got to be clear on where you're going. You cannot ask people to follow you if you don't know where you're going. Write this down. If the blind lead the blind, they both go into the ditch. Are you listening to me? If the blind lead the blind, they both go into the ditch. And so many people in network marketing, so many people in Africa, so many people in Ghana are ditch dwellers because they followed somebody that did not know where they were going. Let me give you an equation here. Remember I told you we're going to talk about law number 14. The law of buy-in. People buy into the leader, then the vision. Let me give you the equation here. Write this down in your notes, please, and then we'll close with this. Because am I boring you? Am I boring y'all? Am I boring you guys? Can y'all let me know if you're getting anything out of this? Oh, we're up to 104 people on. Okay. All right. Here it is. Here's the equation. You ready? If you're ready, say I'm ready. Come on, hit me in the comments. Say I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let me know if I can keep going. Say I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I see your comments. No, I'm being imparted. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. All right. Okay. I think we're moving down the right direction. Write this down, please. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You ready? Here we go. Only a fool. Only a fool. One more time. Only a fool gets the right directions and still chooses to go the wrong way. Only a fool gets the right directions and still chooses to go the wrong way. One more time. Only a fool. Some of you are debating and arguing and trying to reason. I didn't say it, you said it. With people that are emboldened to go the wrong way. One of my mentors, Jim Rohn, said, I wouldn't sign up for that class. Let me give you the equation. Are you ready? Leader plus vision equals results. Write it down like that in your notes. The word leader plus vision equals results. Leadership plus vision equals results. That's the formula. Doesn't matter your company. It does not matter the compensation plan. None of that matters. I venture to say this. If you want to make money, Alfred, if you want to make money, promote the vehicle. What's the vehicle? The network marketing company you're a part of. Their products, their services, their complaint. You want to make some money? Promote the vehicle. You want big results? You want to develop wealth? You want to transform your life? You want to transform the lives of people connected to you? You must learn how to promote the vision. Vision is what the leader sees. What do you see? Vision is what I see. Purpose is why I see what I see. So as I get clear on what I'm seeing, I need to know why I'm seeing it. It starts with my purpose, my intention, my intentionality for why I'm going to commit my life to this work. Why I'm going to commit. To commit means I'm not jumping in this and jumping in that. I'm not in this company this week and that company next week. See, leadership, write this down. Leadership requires a steady hand. You know why most people don't trust their governments? Most government leaders don't have a steady hand. Leadership requires a steady hand. You cannot be dibbling in this and dibbling in that. Going here, you're in this company and that company, you're doing this and doing that. Where are you going? What do you see? Are you listening to me? It requires a steady hand. I need to know that I can trust you. Write this down. If people cannot trace you, they will never trust you. If people cannot trace your work, they cannot trace your life, they cannot trace your leadership, they will never trust you. Why? Because the currency of leadership is trust. You know why I was invited to share on this meeting tonight? My leadership can be traced. Dovi he could trace my leadership. Therefore, he could trust me with this global audience. He could trust that he can open up this platform for me to come on and share. He could trust your ears to my words. Leadership is what's needed. Leadership is what's missing. Leadership is what's important. I told you the formula, leader plus vision equals results. Let me cover this and then we're done because I know I'm boring you. I was planning on going another 30 minutes, but I'm gonna wrap this up in 5 minutes because I know some of you are getting sleepy and it's time to go. I'm almost out of time. All right, leader. Here it is. You ready? Here it is. Leader. When people don't buy into the leader and they don't buy into the vision, they get another leader. Write that down, please. Remember, I told you the formula is leader plus vision equals results, right? When people don't buy into the leader, they don't buy into you. Why? They can't trust you. They can't trace you. You don't have a steady hand yet. I don't know if you're going to be in this company tomorrow or if you're going to be in another company. I don't know what your intentions are. So when people don't buy into you as the leader and they don't buy into the vision, they go get another leader. So you're upset, you're mad, you're frustrated because people are leaving. You know why they're leaving? Because they're buying into some other leader that gave them clear vision. Number two, that's number one. Number two, when people don't buy into the leader, but they buy into the vision, they'll go get another leader. They don't buy into you as the leader, but they do buy your vision. They buy what you see in this company. They buy what you see. They buy what you see in network marketing. They're sold out to network marketing. Now you've helped them see clearly, oh, network marketing is a profession. It is the way. It is a way that they want to go into. They say, oh, they're buying into the vision of the company, the product, the service. They're buying in, but because they have not bought into you, they want to go talk to your upline. They want to go with this team over here. They want to go work with that team over there. They don't want you talking to their people. They don't want you talking to their guests, their prospects. Why? Because they go get another leader. Number 3, when people buy into you, the leader, they trust you. They respect you. They can trace you. When they buy into you as the leader, but they don't buy into the vision, watch this, they get another vision. They buy into you, the leader. They know you know your stuff. They know you've produced results. They know you've made some money. They know you've developed other leaders that made some money. They're buying into, they bought into your leadership. But they don't buy into the vision because you have not, as a team, as a leader, created a vision that they can see themselves accomplishing their goals, promoting. What is your vision? What is your vision? If you don't have a vision for them, they'll go get their own vision. Now, here's what's dangerous about that. Are you ready? Here's what's dangerous about them getting their own vision. If you have a vision that they haven't bought into and they have a vision, here's what happens. It becomes D-vision. Die-vision. D-vision produces die-vision. And people die for lack of vision. Businesses die for lack of vision. So if you have not provided a vision and they have not bought into the vision, here's what happens. They start creating their own team names. They start creating their own team campaigns. They start having their own team shirts and team website. And nothing wrong with that. I implore and develop leaders to the point where they should have theirs, but their team culture, their team vision should tie into yours. Otherwise, it creates, watch it, division. Are you listening to me? Alfred, is this making sense? Thank you so much. Samuel, you with me? Hassan, you with me? This making sense? All right. Now here it is. Let's close out with this. Halima, how are you? You all right? All right. Josephine, I see you out there. All right. Y'all with me? I'm just doing a pulse check. Make sure you're not letting this American accent confuse you. It's not my mother's tongue now. It's not my mother's language. All right, here we go. We're closing. Are we ready? Y'all ready for the close? All right, here we go. When they buy into the leader and they buy into the vision, they get behind the leader. When people buy into the leader, they trust you because they can trace you. You've got the results. You got the success. You're not dibbling in this. They know where you are. They know where you stand. You're fixed. You got a steady hand of leadership. They buy into you, and you've got a vision, not a goal. You've got a vision, not ambition. Write this down. Ambition is about me. Vision is about we. They don't care about you going to the next rank. That is not vision. You hitting the next rank is not vision. That's ambition. The car you drive is not vision. That is ambition. The home you live in or the home you want to purchase or buy, that is not vision. It is ambition. That's why it's referred to as private ambition. Nothing wrong with ambition. You ought to have ambition, but your vision must be bigger than your ambition, because your vision encompasses them. And when people feel like it's all about you, your rank, your money, your car, your jewelry, your parents, your son, your daughter, you know what they do? They find another leader. Jesus said, come here, leader. He said, this is a visionary quote. This is what he said. I'm about to give you a visionary quote he gave the leaders on his team. Oh, this is so good. He said, seek ye first the kingdom, and all of these things will be added to you. He wasn't talking about him. This is a visionary leadership statement. Seek ye first the kingdom, the vision. Let's get the vision. Get them sold on the vision. For me, I don't talk about my cars and my clothes and my vacation. Oh, that's fine. Nothing wrong with it. But I want you to grow up as a leader. You need to be posting, you need to be promoting, you need to be speaking more about vision than you do ambition. Anybody connected to me, you know about my vision, building it for your last name. That's not a team name. That's a vision that people buy into. They buy into me, the leader, me and my wife, the leaders, because of our track record, because they can trust us. They know when we got integrity. That word integrity comes from the root word integrate. It means that your public life and your private life are integrated. They are the same. I'm not one thing in public and another thing in private. Doesn't mean you're perfect. It just means I have integrity. So they buy into us, the leaders. They bought into the vision of building something for their last names, leaving a legacy, leaving an inheritance. It's the vision statement of our organization. It's the vision statement of our team. It's my life's work, and it didn't come because I listened to a great speaker. My vision did not come out of the birthing canal of trying to duplicate what he was doing or duplicate what she was doing. My vision was birthed from the womb or from the loins of pain, of rejection, of shame, of desegregation. It was born for a time like this. I was on my floor of my office in 2015. And we had done well with a particular company in network marketing. I'd earned my first million by the time I was 30 years old. I'd built a team up until that point of 20,000 distributors in several countries around the world. I had been recognized on stages, featured in magazine publications all around the world. I'd shared the stage with Eric Worre at GoPro and many of the leaders there who were featured as millionaires under 30. And I was ready to quit. It's sad when you become a miserable millionaire. It is sad when you become a miserable millionaire. That's where I was. Because it was all about me. Sure, I had the work ethic. Sure, I had the charisma, but my intentions were self-serving. My business went backwards. My volume decreased. My check went from $20,000 a week to a total of $110,000 for the year. When your income and your volume or your production has gone backwards, check not your hard work, check your heart work. I was ready to leave network marketing in 2015, ready to go do something else. I didn't want to have to do this again, build a team and travel and personalize people's pain. I was done. Wanted to go do a traditional business. My wife came to me and said, honey, God is not done with us in network marketing. And she convinced me for the first time in my life to go on a fast. We fasted for a period of 2 weeks. Just she and I, nobody knew. We wouldn't eat from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. We were not using social media. We were in our word, listening to the word, reading the word, praying together. And after 2 weeks, I was doing a podcast. I'll never forget it. With a podcast, and it's still up on SoundCloud. It's on all the digital streaming platforms. It's called Motivational Moment in the Morning. And we had just finished that podcast, Dovi, that morning, and I hit the floor. After pouring out like I just did with you guys, I hit the floor. I was in tears. I was crying out to God. I said, God, I need you to show me what you want me doing. I need you to tell me where you want me to go, because I'm not fulfilled anymore. I don't know which direction I'm going. I'm miserable. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm worn out. What do you want me doing next? And I heard him clear as day. He said, son, build it for your last name. I got off the floor where I was laying in tears, crying. And I ran downstairs to my wife and I told her, honey, I got it. I'm clear now on what we're going to be doing. I said, starting in 2016, we are going to build it for our last name. I told her an inheritance is what you leave for people, but a legacy is what you leave in them. And she put the marketing together. She put the branding together. She bought into her husband, the leader. She bought into the vision of our house. And she got behind the leader. She was my first recruit. And I told her, I said, honey, we're only going to deal with people moving forward that we are assigned to. Meaning, we are branches of the same tree. We're cut from the same cloth. We may not come from the same place, but we move at the same pace. Said those are the people that we are assigned to. People that have passion projects that they've always wanted to fulfill. People that have purpose work that they know they've been called to achieve and to do. Those are the people that I am assigned to. The reason why over 100 plus of you are on this webinar tonight is because I'm assigned to you. Doesn't mean that you need to be in business with me. It doesn't mean you need to join my team. It does not mean you need to leave your company. I'm not suggesting, saying, or even recommending that. But I'm saying I'm assigned to you in this season. It may not be for a lifetime, and I'm okay with that. but in this season, I'm assigned to you. And my assignment tonight was to show up as a reminder of what's possible. My assignment tonight was to show up as an example of what's achievable right there in Africa, specifically in Ghana. I know we've got people from all over the diaspora on this webinar, and people will see this all around the world. I know we're going to post the recording on social media. I encourage you to share it with all your leaders and your team that missed it. My charge, my request for each and every one of you as we close out is to stop hustling for your first name and start building for your last. Ambition is about me. Vision is about we. Thank you so much for having me on. Thank y'all so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your example and for your leadership. Dovi, I'll turn it back over to you. God bless you. God bless your families. And God most certainly bless your dreams. Goodbye, everybody.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, man, I keep clapping and clapping and writing and writing. If you join this call and you didn't write anything down, you didn't have a planner or your diary, you joined this call, you didn't have a planner and a diary, then I don't know which type of leader you are. If you didn't take notice of anything, you didn't write anything down, then your leadership is in question mark. Mr. Jarrod, we thank you so much that we can't say much. Only God Almighty will bless you. I've learned so many times. I've listened to you so many times. But today, I must confess that it's on a different ballgame. It's on a different level altogether. I know a normal leadership that I learn, I play by every day. But this is the real leadership in what we do and what we supposed to know. It is much, much deeper, much appreciated. And like Oliver Twist, we will call on you every day. We will call on you again and again and again on the other topics in the industry and the other topics on and in our business. So please, you should be ready. You should stand by for us. That anytime I call on you, the team, some has already sending me messages that some of them people are sending messages that why did I wait for too long for you for me to bring? And I told them that I'm telling them it's all about timings, and at the right time, God will push you to do certain things, or God will reveal to you that it is time for you to make a move. So I am so pleased. I am lack of words. This is amazing. The only thing we promise you that is that we are going to practice holistically and democratically what you poured in us from your heart. You did this free. Let me say it. You did this free for the continent of Africa. You took nothing. You didn't hesitate to tell me that bring it on. You never hesitated. God bless you so much. And we will talk the rest at the backstage. For now, I say God bless you. God bless your hustles. God bless your family, and God certainly bless your dreams. Regards to Mama Portia Wilkins Akomo and your daughter. Bye bye.